Here we are again. Here we are again. Everybody like the stream. Everybody like the stream. Liking the stream helps a lot. I think I know. I think I know what's up. I'm walking on the side of the road. By the way, I got one of those like loudspeakers, the TTS loudspeakers, hanging on my backpack. So whoever wants to be the first to make that say something really loud, we'll get a handle on how loud it actually is. Yeah. Let me turn my fucking Wi-Fi off. All right. I can connect to these public Wi-Fi hotspots everywhere, and sometimes it helps, but other times it's kind of a deterrent. So one thing we definitely have a lot of here is pine trees. Oh, and I got a new selfie stick, and now, wow, I can get a wider angle now. See this? So it's $5 TTS, and I have a loudspeaker now, if you want to play that out for all to hear. This is kind of a test stream. We're just out and about in the woods. Yeah, no more nostrils. I actually have an apparatus to make this a little more level, so you're walking with me now. The thing is that it makes it more obvious, like what I'm doing, so it also attracts sometimes unwanted attention. And my phone is a Galaxy Fold, so I have this huge screen. I had to get a selfie stick holder for a tablet, so like an iPad, so my screen is actually huge. Yeah, there's so many species of evergreen trees around here. And when I was a kid, I just called them all pine trees, but pine is just one type of evergreen tree. I'll be on Twitch later. Oh man. Low energy videos. You're gonna put your low energy on Twitch later? Hey, someone sent in a $5 dono so we can have the loudspeaker read it off. We're testing this stuff out right now to see how good it'll work. Let me flip the camera really quick for everybody too. Yeah, there it is. Look at this. It's beautiful. Yeah, over here is some kind of community gardens. It's really nice. What does this do? What does that do? Oh, damn. Okay. Part of my device holder is covering one of my cameras, so I can't even switch to that view. The 0.3 view. Here's This little red barn, they sell fresh produce and flowers and all kinds of cool stuff in here. You can check it out. Isn't that nice? Isn't that quaint? Such a quaint little town. Pedestrian right-of-way right here, guys. Anyone want to go to a garage sale with me? Saturday and Sunday. Oh man, today's the last day. So I don't think any of you guys will be able to make it. So it's cherry season. I see a little cherry stand where you can buy fresh picked cherries over there. It's very interesting. This is a community garden right here. Every year they're working on this stuff out here. I got some Rainier cherries yesterday. Yeah, there's a few cherry trees in my backyard. It sucks because all the good stuff grows towards the top of the tree, and usually just the birds eat that. Yeah, it's a little overcast today, which is good because my phone overheats. When it's really sunny and I'm doing a stream, my phone gets really hot. And I get all these warning messages like, warning, your phone is hot. And it is like seriously hot to the touch. I hope this is all looking okay to you guys watching. Looks like I have full bars 4G, so hopefully it's not too grainy. But I will say Prism Studio by far superior to Streamlabs. The Streamlabs app is just trash now. It used to be very good, and now it's very buggy. So it'll end streams without me even knowing the stream ended. Yeah, it's shaky. It's very shaky because I'm walking, and I don't think the image stabilization is on. I don't know if I can turn it on through this app. So yeah, you're watching Blair Witch right now, for sure. I remember one time I was walking down this path and I looked down and I noticed that there were like thousands of caterpillars crossing this trail. And then the whole time I was really paranoid about stepping on them. So I just spent the rest of my walk dodging caterpillars. Link in the description, $5 TTS. We're starting a new goal today. It's Sunday. We met the goal last night, which is great. Part of the reason why it was easy to meet the goal is because I'm putting in the extra work to do these IRL streams, and I'm going to do extra streams on the side. I got some other stuff planned, you know, to do the streaming like the old school way where I'm sitting at a desk, which, by the way, this whole winter, that's what you're gonna get. That's why I'm taking the opportunity to get out now before it starts raining 5 days a week, because that's what we get here all winter. We don't get the bitter cold and snow that most places get, especially this far north. We're pretty far north if you look at a map. We're further north than most of the United States. But we don't get the bitter cold and snow like you would get in like Buffalo, New York or whatever, despite us being further north than they are. It's just, it's cool temperatures and rain. And the thing is that the rainy days are warmer than the clear days. If a day's clear, if it's clear skies and no rain, and it's like January, it'll be noticeably colder than it would be if it's like overcast and rainy in February. Oh, James Robert Clark in the chat again. Hi, James. Michigan has better... Hold on, I didn't hear it. Did it turn off? Did it like turn off on its own? Because I did not hear that. Maybe it's just, it doesn't want to say profanities like Michigan. But thanks for sending that. Let me see. Okay. I don't know why it didn't do anything. I wonder if it has a setting to turn off on its own. All right, somebody send another one. I don't think Michigan has... I mean, it depends on what the produce is, too. Like, Michigan's better for, like, farming in general. Flatter land. More rain during the summer, like the warmer months of the year. Because here it dries up during the warmer time of the year. No, my bag is not blocking it. It looked like it was off, like it timed out or something. I don't know. It's a new device. Maybe it has a setting where it turns off if it's not used for a while. But I just turned it back on. So... But yeah, if you're talking about like apples, like Washington's way better for apples and other types of produce. We're gonna shorten this. All right. That sucks that it didn't read out. It's on now, though. And I have the volume up all the way. Let me see if there's another... There we go. We're figuring it out. I'd say try it again. It should read out this time. I'm walking uphill right now, so it's terrible. Huh. That wasn't meth you smelled. That was Honest Red. He lives in Michigan. No, Honest Red doesn't do meth. Woo! Oh man. Starting to break a sweat. Oh man. Now it's like, you got a weak connection. It's like, fuck you, man. I got the best connection. Well, Michigan borders Lake Erie. And there it is.
Going back to TV 14 tomorrow night.
I heard that, and I think it's a good idea.
And Billy smells.
Oh, there it is. Billy's not here to hear that, though. It definitely worked that time. Billy smells. Walk to Bremerton and steal an aircraft carrier. Well, I could feasibly walk to Bremerton, but I would take buses and ferries part of the way there. Like, I'd walk to the bus stop and take the bus downtown and then get on the Bremerton ferry. But then I don't think I could steal any kind of boat, let alone an aircraft carrier. I think that's kind of difficult to do. Pardon me, try not to get hit by a car here. All right, we'll flip it around. I'm crossing the street, so if I get hit, you guys are all witnesses. Gonna walk through this neighborhood here. Many of you will see these little yellow. Some of these are. But that isn't. And I've seen a bunch of those. I've always wondered what it is. No, I'm not walking in front of cars. I made that mistake once. It was the worst day of my life ever. Ooh, someone's barbecuing. Smells delicious. Are we going berry picking? No, we are not. Every time an old house gets here, they build like a new, like 3-story McMansion. And they use like this was probably like a 1-story medium-sized house with a big yard, and they tore it down. They use almost the entire yard to build like a house that's 3 times the size of the house that used to be there. This is odd looking 1080. Yeah. Yeah, it shows off my bad skin and big pores and everything. I love how that works. Yeah, the Streamlabs app, you have to like pay to get 1080p, and Prism just gives it to you for free. Do I like Cannibal Corpse? I've seen them play live before. I've always enjoyed metal, but I was never like, that was never my main type of music. Like, as far as metal goes, you know, I liked Megadeth and Testament and Pantera, Slayer, like that era. Anthrax was another one. There's no sidewalks in this neighborhood, so you gotta walk in the street. This new house is having an open house. I remember the house that used to... Look at that. That house is probably worth like $4 to $5 million. No lie. Like, the land alone in this neighborhood is like $800,000 to $900,000. So the land, like the land that most of these houses is on, is worth more than like most houses in other places. So then you throw, you know, a $3 to $4 million house on the land. It costs a lot. Let's just say that. Whew. My butt muscles are still sore from my last IRL stream. I did that thing at the end where I ran up the hill. Which, by the way, those videos, some of them are still private because I was editing out copyrighted music. Last night's DP episode got age restricted. I think it's probably because we played a few public freakouts where people got punched. And it's now, if you show like any kind of violence of any kind, they age restricted. Unless you're the news. Like CNN can show people getting murdered all they want. There's a lot of favoritism. Favoritism. I hate favoritism. Favoritism has to go. Write in the comments below, what's your favorite kind of tism? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and write in the comments below what your favorite kind of tism is. Hello, hello. I'm in a very quiet park right now. $5 TTS, and I have my new loudspeaker to test out. The last two worked, so we know it works. I think I just had one of my volume settings turned down that needed to be turned on. I like this place over here. This is like a little duck pond. Ducks hanging out over here, but I don't see any right now. Do not feed them. I see people feeding them all the time. I don't see any ducks, man. Where are these ducks at? Here, ducks. Greetings from Spokane. Cool. I've only been to Spokane once. And that was when I drove through there when I was moving out here. I drove through Spokane. Alright. Shit. Flip it. There we go. I'm liking this setup though. Makes things a lot easier. Hello. This is a nice little park. There's like dog parks here. There's an area for little dogs, and then there's an area for big dogs. And there's like tennis courts and swimming pools, and pretty nice. I would have shown you guys a duck if they would have been near where I was standing, but there's none. If you come here in like the early to mid spring, there's a lot of little baby ducks running around when they all hatch. If you ever come back, you got guaranteed guide and smoke sesh. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, it's so far. I never have like seen a reason to go to Spokane because it's like I grew up in Toledo and I had never been to Cincinnati until I was an adult because Cincinnati is all the way on the other side of the state. And that's like how I feel about Spokane. It's so far away. It's like hardly in the same state. Like it's, you know, it's right up there against Idaho. We're gonna go into the woods, guys. It's kind of Dagobah-like in here. I hope it's not too grainy because it looks really nice. Through my screen right now, it looks really nice. The greens are just popping. Lower my selfie stick here. There we go. Whoo!
Keep your head up, Ben. Glad to see you doing more content.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm here in the woods. I know there's other people around too. They probably heard that. Like, what the fuck was that? Last night, my Hispanic neighbors were partying all night. They were playing their loud ass mariachi music until like 2:30 in the morning. And it was so loud that when I was doing the stream, like they're on the other side of the fence from my backyard. So there's my backyard and then there's a fence and then there's their backyard, and that's where they're having the party. And I do the show on the other side of my house towards the front of my house, and I could still hear their music. And I'm on like it's like a basement level floor, and I had headphones on and I could still hear their music. It was insanely loud. I was hoping they'd be like, oh, it's midnight.
For any bears listening, don't hurt Ben. He is a very sweet boy.
I am. He is a very sweet boy. Please don't hurt me, bears. There are a few places where you'd run into like, you know, a mountain lion or a bear. Never seen one here, but there's like a park that's like not too far from here. That's like east. And there's definitely been bear sightings. They usually put up a sign if there's a bear sighting to let everybody know that, hey, there's a bear sighting. The state bird of Washington is a finch. Did you guys know that? A finch. And then just north of here in BC, their provincial bird in British Columbia is a stellar jay, which is a species of blue jay that's very common in the Pacific Northwest. They're really cool. I remember the first time I saw one, I'm like, what the fuck is that? It kind of looks like a blue jay, but not exactly the same. And that's what it was. It's a stellar jay. It's a northwestern blue jay, basically. Billy can't be a bear. Billy can't be a bear. I guess Billy could be like a sun bear. Billy's not furry. He's big like a bear. He's just not furry like a bear. Don't sun bears have like super short fur or whatever? Naked bear. Is there a species of bear called the naked bear? Almost like a naked mole rat. It's weird that they call a naked mole rat a mole rat, because moles are not rodents. I think they just call them mole rats because they burrow like a mole does, but moles are insectivores, and they're more closely related to like a shrew or a hedgehog, whereas a rat is a rodent. I remember when I first learned that bunnies aren't rodents. I thought a bunny was a rodent, but they're like their own classification. You saw an Ewok? Yeah, I'm on Endor right now. When the TTS reads out, can you guys hear it like echoing? Because I know you hear it outward on your end. But you might actually like hear it echoing in the background too. I don't know. Bendor. Oh, there's a little birdie. These trees here. Look at this. Oh shit. And I'm like, a landslide could happen right here. We have landslides in Washington a lot. Looks like someone tried to set up like a little tree fort right there. You see it? Oh, it's like flat. What a dumb place to have a little tree fort. I don't know. Bunnies can be food. They can be pets. They can be raised for fur. I would feel bad about that. Hey. When I lived in Albuquerque, I had these neighbors that were like raising bunnies either for meat or for fur. And a few of them got into my backyard, and I kept them and raised them as pets. But they were not bred for domestication. And they were very aggressive. And I didn't have a lot of money at the time, so I couldn't afford to get them neutered. But they were two male bunnies that were very aggressive. And the one would just like hump the shit out of the other one. Sometimes they would trade off, and the less dominant one would hump the other one. But normally, I had a white one and then a white one with black spots. And the one that was totally white was like the dominant one and would hump the shit out of the spotted one all the time. And it was like crazy because it was so fast. You could hear it like, like the humping. It sounded literally like that, like that. And when they would get mad, they would stomp, you know, like Thumper from Bambi. As like a sign of aggression, they'd stomp their foot on the ground really loud. And they would spray piss. They would just like randomly spray piss. Like piss would just like come flying out of the cage I was keeping them in. No, I don't want to creepily follow a stranger, because then I'm like literally filming myself harassing someone. If someone came up to me and talked to me, that'd be another thing. But I'm not gonna like... Because like, there are people that get mad about getting filmed in public, and usually they have no case. But when you're actually following them and filming them, then they could be like, oh, well, they're harassing me. So... It's like, if I'm filming and you happen to get in the shot, that's one thing. But if I'm like following you around everywhere you go, that's when you enter the territory of harassment. Especially if they're like, stop following me. That's like the end all be all right there. So, all jokes aside, pretty soon it will be blackberry season here, and then I can go berry picking. You know, a lot of people, when they meet me, they expect me to be all like pasty and white. I don't know if it's because I'm like a character on the internet, but I actually tan pretty well for a white guy. Oh my God. It's a cute little birdie. I was face to face with it. Oh no, don't fly away. Oh, now it's too far away. I was like right next to it. I was like, it was really cute. I'm a sucker for like all kinds of little animals. Oh yeah, here's a bunch of blackberries here. They're still green. And there's angry bees being like, get away from our flowers. But yeah, there's a cluster of blackberries. So we can't go berry picking. No, I don't have any mods right now, so I guess I should make some. I will. I'll assign some mods of some people that I trust enough. But for now, we just have to deal with the porn bots, which is weird. I have trouble believing hardly anybody. You know, I have trouble believing that the porn bot thing works. But it must work because people take the time to do it. So I don't know. I kind of wish the Prism chat widget showed profile pictures, but it doesn't look like it. I can't even assign mods from where I am right now, like on the app. We'll take a little detour over here, since we're over here. In a minute here, I'm going to get lunch, and I don't want to stream while I do it, because it's like a place that I like to chill at, and I don't want them to be like, oh, there's the weird guy with the camera. I don't mind doing that to places that I hardly ever go to, because it's like, whatever, if I get banned, that's fine, but I can't reveal all of my favorite places, you know what I'm saying? The Chew Zone. Is that a thing? I don't even know what that is. Let's get a lot. I love how high angles make me look not as fat. I'm happy to be out and about, you know, like summer weather took a long time to arrive here. You know, we have a cooler climate, even though it doesn't get super cold during the winter. So like when it was already hitting summertime in, you know, early to mid-June in most of the country, it was still like 50 degrees Fahrenheit as a high, and then like in the 40s, maybe even 30s. My furnace was still kicking on in June. Like I didn't get to officially turn off my furnace for the summer until July hit. Where's Billy? Probably at home. I love how people always ask me what Billy's doing when he's not around me. Like I keep tabs on everything he does. Like if he's not with me and I haven't talked to him, I don't know what he's doing. I used to laugh when people thought we lived together. Like people would just assume we lived together. It's like, how do you know we live together? Which we don't. Yeah, the summer in Seattle is great. I like it a little sunny, but I'm fine with this overcast. It's fine. But you don't get to see the mountains and cool stuff in the scenery. I guess that's the biggest drawback. Pew! So yeah, this stream, in my opinion, overall was a success. Part of that being that there wasn't any weird technical problems. We got to test out the speaker. We got to test out all this other stuff. You know, we got 3% of the way to the goal. That's a good thing. No random disconnects, nothing like that. We're doing great. What's up, Egghead? What's up? I'm passing a cannabis store now, guys. I'll show it to you. It's I like how they have the green flags, which means like weed store. This weed store. And I think this weed store, you see, it's right next to a Starbucks. This is I bet it was like a doctor's office or something at one point, because it looks like one from the outside. That guy just asked me if I was filming. It's like, why do you care? He was like, "Are you filming?" And then I was like, "Yes." And then he said something else. It's like, dude, you're walking around outside, homie. When you walk around, be filmed. When you walk around outside, you can be filmed. Like, the only caveat to that is an argument could be made that you're harassing someone if you're like focusing on them and following them around. Buy a weed. You know, I want to. Money's a little tight at the moment. Maybe you guys can help me out getting a weed. If you chuck me a couple bucks here. I'm not gonna go in, like, I don't want to go in there right now, but eventually I want to pick something up. I usually just get like a vape cartridge, because those last a long time. They usually last like a month. I love it when the people get mad that they're being filmed in public, but then instead of like running away, they like get in the face of the person filming. It's like, well, now you're being filmed even more. It's like, now you're being filmed even more. So like, you don't really care about being filmed. You just want something to be mad about. That's really what it normally is. It's like they're using it as an excuse to be a jerk. I see this all the time, like, people want to be a cunt, but they know that unless they have a reason to be one, people will turn against them. So they try to come up with a reason where it's okay to be a total cunt. And that's literally, that happens all the time. I see that with a lot of like the lolcow fan bases. Like, oh, I'm not a bad person. I just, you know, so-and-so is such a bad person, so it's okay for me to be a piece of shit to them. That's why I try to not do that. I try to, like, I watch the videos and I react to what they put in the videos. That's what I do. I don't think I'm on this moral authority to, because I'm so much better than someone that I can be like this awful person. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to do more and more of these because we gotta kill that goal every week. It's very important. I will see the rest of you later on. You have a good one. And by the way, I'm streaming over on the Altered Perspective tonight if you want to catch that live. So yeah, make sure to catch that. Later.